Hey everyone, welcome back to 31 Days of Yoga for Mental Health. I'm Daria and this is day 6, chill. Today's practice is very chill. We're gonna be doing some deep stretching and some more restorative yoga to give our bodies some space and time to recover from the last 5 days of a little bit more vigorous practice. All you'll need today is yourself a space to move, maybe a pillow or a yoga block if you want. No worries if you don't have one or if you don't want to use one. And when you're ready, let's jump in. Let's get started in a lazy Sphinx pose. So come to lie down on your belly. Bring your elbows down to your mat and your forearms and your palms. You can bring your elbows about underneath your shoulders and let your low belly begin to soften. Relax the back of your neck. Let your shoulders melt away from your ears. You can close your eyes if you like. And begin to connect to your breath. Breathe in deeply and fully. Fill all the way up, 3-dimensionally, through your whole torso. Exhale, let it all out, let it all go. Again, big, deep breath in. Exhale, let the breath release and let your body release too. Begin to notice any points of tension, soreness, gripping, holding, resistance in your body and send your breath to those spaces one at a time, infusing the breath with softness to allow the body to soften also. Really let yourself relax into this Sphinx pose. So rather than keeping it active like maybe we normally would in a vinyasa class, let it be nice and lazy, nice and chill. Just hanging out right here. And let's bring in some neck rolls. Drop your chin towards your chest and then roll your head around to the right, drawing right ear to right shoulder, up and around, over to the left and forward. Again, still just really lazy, really easy, and really gentle. Over to the right, all the way around. And one more time in that direction. If there's any kinks, just try to smooth them out as you roll around. And take it over to the left, reversing the direction of the circles. Check in right away with your face and your jaw. Are you clenching your teeth? Are you flexing any muscles in your face that you don't really need to be using right now? Let it all go. Nice. Come back to center and then begin to walk your way up to tabletop. Coming to hands and knees, shoulders over wrists, hips over knees. And we'll walk it forward, we'll walk it out for puppy pose. So one hand at a time, begin to just melt your way down to puppy. In this pose, you might come all the way down to your chest and your chin, or you might drop to your forehead and stay with it right here. Wherever you are, just get softer. Let the top of your chest melt into your mat. Try to keep your hips stacked over your knees if you can. And allow yourself to find comfort in this pose. This pose is an inversion where the heart is below the pelvis, the hips. And it's really good at calming down the nervous system. Getting out of that fight or flight mode and more into relaxation. If you need to take any little micro adjustments in these postures as we hold them, go for it. For me, right now I'm feeling like maybe I need to widen my knees out just a little bit to feel a little more comfortable. So check in with your body and see maybe if there's anything you can adjust to feel like you can relax more. We'll stay for 2 more rounds of breath. could. Come all the way back up. Slowly walk your palms into tabletop. Give your hips a little wiggle side to side. And we'll just roll through 2 cat-cows. Inhale to lower the belly, lift the gaze. Exhale, round and curl in and up. These can be really easy, lazy cat-cows. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, round and curl. Nice. Good. And now step your left foot to the outside of both of your palms. Keep the palms to the inside of the foot. And send your left toes out at about a 45-degree angle to the edge of your mat. For lizard, you can stay up on your palms, or as your body is ready, and only as your body is ready, maybe begin to melt down to your elbows. And this can be a process. You don't have to go right from this upright sort of position immediately down to the elbows. Maybe there's a little bit of stuff in between. And if there is, you can always take a block or a stack of books or a pillow, any sort of support under the elbows here for a little more elevation if you're in the middle. Really infuse breath into the outer left hip and the front of the right hip. And see if you can soften each time you exhale. When you encounter resistances in your body or in your mind, see if you can stay with them. So often it's our reflex to either force through the tension to get closer to the outcome or the result that we think we want or that we expect, or we notice the resistance and start to run away in the opposite direction. But the third option is to stay and to sit with it, and it's not always easy and it's not always comfortable. So use your breath to work with your body rather than against it. In these longer holds, these deeper stretches, see if you can relax your muscles and breathe into the connective tissue through your whole body, this full body netting. Breathe there to release that fascia. Two more breaths. Good. Press back up to palms. Slowly, 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 slowly come out of it. Maybe shift your hips back and then forward a couple of times, just bringing some fresh movement and circulation back into that space where we've been holding, been staying. And then press up onto the ball of your right foot. Lift your right knee away from your mat. And walk your hands to the wide edge of your mat and spin both sets of toes forward. Turn your heels to face slightly out, and we'll set up for a wide-legged forward fold. For some people, you'll want to take a really, really wide stance, and for others, it's still wide, but a little less wide. And then fold from your hip joint all the way down and forward. Let the back of your neck be really long. And let the crown of your head be really heavy. You can keep a micro bend or a more generous bend in your knees here. But we're really getting into the back of the hamstrings, the back line of the body, and the whole spine can decompress. Another inversion. Really good for calming down. Take your arms maybe to grab for the outsides of your ankles if it's accessible, or you can leave them down on your mat if that feels better. And breathe with sound, deeply and fully. Let the audible sound of your own breath also be calming, relaxing, reminding you that it's okay to let go. And sometimes this process of letting go is vulnerable. Getting rid of old holding patterns in the body and the mind can be difficult. But allow it to happen. Allow your body to rest and to move forward. Stay here just for a little longer. See if you can drop even more. Nice. And then crawl your way around to the back of your mat. So bend into your right knee. Step your right foot out wide. Send the toes out at a 45-ish degree angle, something like that. And lower down to the left knee, setting up for lizard on this side. Allow this side to be a different experience than the other side. So let go of any expectations that you have for your body on this side because of what happened on the other side. Maybe begin to lower down to elbows or to elbows on a block or a pillow or a bolster. And tuning into the experience you're having right now in the present on this side also allows you to be more present rather than staying with the past, what happened a few minutes ago. Really feeling into right now the sensations, the experiences, the thoughts. As you notice these differences, remember to accept them as differences and not better, not worse, not good, not bad. If you begin to feel like maybe you've gone a little too far, it's always okay to back it off a little bit. Find the place where the stretch is manageable, where you feel it, but it's not so intense that you're unable to stay with it for a couple of minutes. And it's really a personal balance that you find for yourself that's individual to each pose and individual to each moment or each day. Last 2 breaths. Last 2 exhales to melt. Come all the way back up. Slowly come out of it. And maybe, again, just rock your hips front and back, or you can take them side to side if that feels better. Move from the inside out, taking what feels good for you. And we'll come down to sit for Gomukhasana, cow face pose. Bring your right knee to the midline of your mat, flex through the right toes, and then cross your left leg up and over, like thread it over. And then wiggle your left foot over as far as you can get it to the right. So your knees might be totally perfectly stacked on top of each other, or more likely they won't be. So set this up for you based on feeling, not the look. And then you can also pick up your hips and sort of wiggle them over a little more to make more space. And now sit up nice and tall, flex down through your feet so the knife edges are pressing down into your mat. And you can stay right here if you're feeling it, if this is feeling good and intense, stay here and chill. Or maybe begin, fold forward, and begin your process of unfolding. Remind your jaw to relax. Remind your scalp and your face to relax. Imagine that your hips are like wax and that your breath is like a flame. And each time you breathe, they get meltier, more like a puddle, widening and becoming drippier. Relax the back of your head, your neck, especially if you've folded forward. And maybe you start to feel a point where something gives, where there's a little release a couple minutes into the stretch. Savor that sensation and dig into it, sink into it. Good. Slowly begin to make your way up and out. Plant your palms down behind you. Unwind the legs. Let your heels come down and then rock your knees, windshield wiper your knees from side to side for just a little counter stretch, just for a moment. Maybe stay with the left knee turning inward if that feels good for a second. And then we'll take it to the other side. So the left leg becomes now the base and the right leg threads up and over. Crawl it out, set it up, wiggle your hips where you want them to go, and then drop. Get long through the spine and stay, or as you're ready, fold it forward. Let go of all activation. Sometimes it really works to sit in stillness here. And sometimes it's nice to take little micro adjustments here and there, or little sways of some kind. Listen to your body and notice what would serve you best, stillness or little baby motion. Take your last 2 breaths here. Make them the deepest ones yet. Let the breath travel to every tiny corner of your body. And release. Walk your way back up. Unwind. And take that little counter stretch one more time. Rocking the knees side to side. Maybe hang out with the right knee coming in. Well, both knees. I guess both knees over to the left side this time. And then we'll come down to lie on our backs. Roll it all the way down, nice and easy, nice and gentle. Bring your right knee into your chest, give it a hug. And then extend the sole of your right foot up toward the ceiling, straightening through the leg. Grab for whatever's accessible to you here. Maybe it's the back of the right hamstring. Maybe you come up to the calf or the ankle or the foot. Hold on wherever you can. And now With every inhale, breathe more spaciousness into the back line of the right leg. And as you exhale, slowly and gently pull your right thigh a little closer to your chest. Keep this gentle. There's no need to go super, super deep or stretch beyond where you feel it. So notice the point where you start to feel that good sensation, that good stretch. It should feel good and never painful. And let your mind be quiet. Just riding the waves of your breath, letting your thoughts be like ripples on a surface. Good. Send your right leg all the way down and straight. Bring the left knee into the chest, hug it in nice and tight. And then reach the left leg up long, sole of the left foot comes up to the sky. Grab for what's accessible to you here. And begin to unwind the whole back line of the left leg. Get soft through the quad, the front of the left leg, and notice if letting go of any resisting or gripping in that space can allow you to find more relaxation, more let go in the back of the left leg, the hamstring. Maybe you hit that little place again where there's a bit of a drop, where you feel it release. Sink in. Just stay for one more breath. Good. Release the left leg slowly down. Let it feel like really heavy, like it's made of lead. And then pull both of your knees into your chest. Give yourself a big hug. Wrap into yourself. And exhale to drop. Savasana. And now let your whole body feel super, super heavy. The whole thing like it's made of lead or something really heavy that's just so weighted into gravity. Let your eyes sink into the back of your head. And release every tiny muscle in your entire body from top to bottom. Allow your belly to soften. Let yourself give into gravity so much that you feel like you might sink right into the floor, right into your mat. And then even more so that you might sink into the earth and then into the very core of the earth. Stay here for absolutely as long as you can. I won't guide you out, but just stay and absorb and feel into all of the calming, soothing, and healing effects of this chill. Namaste.